I dream of it, amongst the wild threads of history and the myriad of paths. My path saw the Imperium rise from the ashes left in the wake of the Great Revolt. Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of the human mind. With that commandment, new avenues of human potential were explored. Mentats, Suk Doctors, Sword Masters, and the mystical Bene Gesserit Sisterhood. But it was the Navigators and their monopoly on space travel that set the conditions for the Imperium. But I am telling you of the universe you already know. Let me describe the one you do not. In this other universe, my mother, Lady Jessica, consort to Duke Leto Atreides, gave birth to a daughter, a girl they named Ariste. Because of her obedience to the Bene Gesserit, Lady Jessica is trained as a truth-sayer. Because of that training, Lady Jessica was able to detect Dr. Yue's deception. Because of the forewarning of his betrayal, House Atreides survived the Battle of Arrakis. Because of their survival, the Emperor declared a full-scale war of assassins. Because of the war, the Sardaukar were deployed to ensure spice shipments continued without interruption. Because of the Sardaukar, the Fremen were eradicated. There was no Muad'Dib, no Lisan al-Gaib, no Kwisatz Haderach. I see a universe where I, Paul Atreides, was never born. All my visions lead to horror, except this one. This one leads to you.
Approach, prisoner. Show yourself, child. Have they told you what I am? Then I will sift your words for lies. Let's begin. Where were you born? A world of water, homeworld of the Atreides. The Order of the Imperium is rooted in the Farfreluches. A place for every man, and every man in his place. Where is your place? There is always work to be done. And millions like you to do it. You had a mentor in your youth, trained by one of the schools. Who was your mentor? You must have been very young. The mind must be prepared, or the training does not take. The test is almost complete. Have you spoken truth? Come here. Kneel. Put your hand in the box. I hold at your neck the Gom Jabbar, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away or you will die. Great plots are afoot in the Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply. Arrakis is the key, and the Fremen are missing. You will go to Arrakis as our agent, prisoner. You have one task. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. Everything depends on this. Do you understand? Good. You speak truth. But here is the rest of it. There is only one rule. Keep your hand in the box and live. Withdraw it and die. An animal would gnaw off its own hand to escape the pain. And we can only be served by humans. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. You will know when it is done.
I agree, but she is almost Sayadina. not quite dead. Now you will know a thing that few but the Fremen have seen. For many, the last thing they saw before they were slaughtered. Speak of our escape. Twin comets in the sky, a rebirth from fire and death, and a Sardaukar net closing around us. Your survival heralds interesting times, Offworlder. Is this what you wish? To waste time in idle chatter? Your first lesson on Arrakis, then. Every exhalation is a waste of water. I am Xantara. My companion is Noctua. Now, shall we discuss our escape? There's a way through the barricade, if you do as I say. We're gonna need one of their ornithopters. Their protocol is to remain aloft and kill anything that moves from above. That's where you come in. If you can slip back onto the Proteus and locate the command module, you can activate the captain's personal emergency transmitter. He's a noble. They're not allowed to let him die. Leave the rest to me. His Majesty's Imperial Sardaukar care for naught but the Emperor's interests, and certainly not an errant prison crew bound for the slave pits of Neo Carthag. We are as vermin to them, Offworlder. Here, take this Communinet transceiver. It's essential for planetary communication. Now go. And be quick. The Mother Storm is upon us. Stick to the shadows, Offworlder. The heat of the sun is deadly to the unprepared. The guards have sealed themselves inside. Search the prisoners for a cut array. And Offworlder, be careful. The cut array is primarily a mining tool, Offworlder. You'll need it for harvesting resources. Using it to cut open ships is an added benefit. The captain's room is blocked by a pentashield. You'll need a pentashield key to pass through. See if there's another way forward. Ready your weapon, Offworlder. The guards won't hesitate. Neither should you. Parry your opponents just as their strikes will hit you. This should stagger them, giving you a window of opportunity. That's the pentashield key. Once you equip it, you can pass through the shield. Get to the captain and activate that transmitter. I'll be there soon. I hear I'm a wanted man.
Oi! Utland scum! I vits jo man tukta lasto breath ada hung unvalo arsund. De dia abada.
I know. That's why I brought you here.
Stitch.
The Thopter will have the codes to get us through the barrier. Ever fly an ornithopter? It's simple enough. But my leg is bad and I won't be able to work the pedals. Get ready. They'll be on us as soon as we break through. There's too many! Turn us into the storm! They won't follow. Hang on! We're going down! Get up, Off-Worlder. I couldn't wait for you. But now you need to run. The sandworm is coming. Run! Now! You made it, Off-Worlder. Catch your breath. When the Thopter went down, the storm took us far off course. My leg is bad. I need to lay low and treat it before it gets worse. But fear not, Off-Worlder. Noctua can cover the ground between us with little effort. She will be my eye in the sky so I can continue to offer my sage advice and keep you on this side of the grave. Figure out how to craft yourself some clothing. That Maula outfit won't cut it out here. The War of Assassins has left debris scattered all over this sector. Salvage metal from the wreckage with your cutlery and use it to make a Maula pistol and darts. Don't let the Imperial disdain for ranged weapons lead you astray. Very few people are foolhardy enough to use shields this deep in the sands, and that is to your advantage. This used to be Fremen territory, but the War of Assassins and the Sardaukar pogrom put an end to that. Now the sector is crawling with scavengers, fighting over the scraps of Imperium technology left in the wake of this so-called noble war. But that's to your advantage, Off-Worlder. Allow them to do the hard work of gathering the salvage, and then take it from them. Don't hesitate to kill them all. They would do the same to you. It's obvious you've had some training, Off-Worlder, but nothing can truly prepare you for what the desert has in store. Hone your skills, and harden yourself to the violence you must do to survive. Remember, Arrakis will sharpen you. or kill you. Without a still tent, you're easy prey to the sandstorms that sweep across the desert. Those storms tear flesh from bone and shred metal like paper. Unless you'd like to share a cave with some scavengers, your best bet is to build your own shelter. Build a construction tool and place out a sub-fief console. You'll be claiming a portion of the planet's surface for your very own, or rather borrowing it from the Emperor. I'm a little hazy on the specifics. Congratulations, you're now the proud owner of an Imperial sub-fief. More of a sub-fief. But it's enough for now. Get your construction tool out and get cracking. It's not a shelter without walls and a roof. The sub-fief console comes with an automatic shield system that will keep your base safe from the sandstorms. Just keep the generator fueled, or the storms will tear at your walls. And it goes without saying, don't build on open sand. Seal your base, off-worlder. Maintain good water discipline, and it will keep you alive. You've done well licking flowers and sucking sap, but you need a consistent source of water. And the best source out here is blood. Extract it, store it, refine it, and drink it. Raw if you're really desperate. And don't mind throwing up. Actually, don't drink it. Unless you really have to. You're probably feeling it by now, off-worlder. Spice. It's everywhere on Arrakis. The air, the sand, the blood. It prolongs life, expands consciousness, and triggers some very vivid dreams.
is it that thinks? Ibn Kirtaiba. The weight of a kindly god is a fearful thing. Do you understand, Wally? Our god gave us the burning eyes of Allat and the words of the Kitab al-Ibar. Rest in black shade. Bila Kaifa. When we began our wandering, we suffered. Until suffering was a thing we came to know within our souls. Arrakis is suffering. When we found it, we were home. We were made to suffer. Our children taken and made slaves. They denied us the Hajj. Never to forgive, never to forget. The weight of a kindly god is a fearful thing. Did not God give us the burning sun to defy? Suffering leads to defiance. And where does defiance lead? Defiance leads to thought. Who is it that thinks? Those who suffer. Remember Harmon Theb. Bila Kaifa. Ibn Qirtaiba. Defiance leads to thought. Who is it that thinks? Those who suffer. Remember Harmontep. Bila Kaifa.
Still there, off-worlder? Your signal drifted for a moment. No matter. A thought occurs. When the Sardaukar began their purge, many Fremen were slaughtered. The ones that were not abandoned their caves, leaving valuable resources behind. Valuable resources that just might contain the makings of a still suit. Take what you need. Their ghosts will not object. Impressive, off-worlder. Just remember, if you didn't connect the tubes between the caths and the thigh pads just right, you'll be drinking your own liquefied feces. And that does not count as hydration, by the way. I have good news, off-worlder. My leg has recovered enough that I will risk it to move forward. I know a place in your sector where we can meet. Craft a survey device so you can figure out how to get there and join me. Did you get a probe made? Good. Static discharge from the sandstorms makes map data extremely unreliable on Arrakis. But if you can get it high enough, a handheld probe can gather enough local data to give you a snapshot of the region. Climb somewhere high and fire off the probe. Just don't let the Sardaukar spot you. And remember, look both ways before you cross the desert. Alas, off-worlder. It seems my fame precedes me even here, at the arse end of the Haga Basin. Your Emperor's lackey, Count Fenring, has put an obscene bounty on my head. And while I'm flattered to be his great boogeyman, the added attention is making life complicated. Take a look around. There's a contract on the board that might interest you, but be careful. Civilized men are not to be trusted.
Hey, stop. I know the face of every sand-sucking bandit, scavenger, and merc from here to Harko, and I don't recognize you. So perhaps you'll give us the courtesy of who you are, and while you're at it, why our airspace is crawling with Sardaukar. It's a good story, I'll give you that. But even a sandworm might choke on it. Nobody escapes a Sardaukar security grid. Not even Zantara. Welcome to Griffin's Reach, stranger. The rules here are simple. Pay up front and don't cause trouble, or we'll toss you into the storms. Good? Name's Mir. I do the trading and the talking. My silent partner here does the fighting. And there's the contract board in the corner, if you need work.
You're going to find, off-worlder, that Arrakis is a planet of unique opportunity. No former prisoner would ever have access to the military technology of the Great Houses. But with the war, chaos reigns. Ships crash and are shot down, sometimes spilling military-grade materials onto the sands. The Fremen know the ways of the desert and how to do a lot with very little. The Imperium, on the other hand, have infinite resources and the production capacity of countless worlds. Plunder them, off-worlder. There is a shipwreck near here. Slip inside and claim your share of the spoils. I have crossed the Vermilius Gap, off-worlder, and I still haven't shaken my unwanted followers. I'm afraid I must delay our reunion until... well, I fear drastic measures might be required. But fear not, off-worlder. You've come this far alone. I'm impressed. You're a long way from that mewling mauler I dragged from the wreckage of the Proteus. Listen, you'll need a vehicle to cross the sands to the Paranorth and reach the gap. But vehicles require components that aren't created here on Arrakis. Arrakis has a long history, off-worlder, more than you might imagine. Some things, like the Imperial testing stations, contain echoes of the past. But more importantly, they contain stockpiles of components you'll need. Just be careful. Those old ruins are a beacon for all kinds of scum. That's it, old-worlder. You're ready. I'm waiting at Mirzabar. That's the great rock formation that looks like a giant hammer. Be careful. Vehicles are fast, but nothing can outrun Shai Hulud. You can only hope to get between safe areas more quickly. I'll see you soon. You might have seen my little pyrotechnics display, off-worlder. But whether you did or not, the long and short of it is that I must go. And quickly. The Sardaukar have my scent, and the Emperor's hounds are not known for their mercy. I do not know when we will meet again. Continue to follow your path. Let the desert teach you as you walk in the footsteps of the Fremen. Find allies. It is hard to survive without friends. And remember, Arrakis will sharpen you, off-worlder. Make sure you become the right kind of blade.
the purpose of thought? Ibn Qutayba. Speed is a device of Shaitan. Do you understand, Wali? Our God gave us the gift of thought, and the words of the Kitab al-Ibar. Knowledge without action is empty. Bila kaifa. Our wanderings brought us to Rosak. We were persecuted. Our families burned in the fires of their ignorance. We learned the cost of inaction. Never to forgive, never to forget. Some were sent to work in mines. The tunnels were unstable. Our work made them more so. We learned the cost of action. Never to forgive, never to forget. It was on Rosak that the Sayadina created the poison drug. Words became memories. Through thought and action combined, we learned to create. Of a kindly God is a fearful thing. Did not God give us Shaitan to force action? And where does action lead? Thought and action lead to creation. What is the purpose of thought? To honor the Creator. Remember Rosak. Bila kaifa. What is the purpose of thought? To honor the Creator. Remember Rosak. Bila kaifa.
Another altar destroyed by the Emperor's zealous dogs. So much wasted in the pursuit of this pogrom. So much lost. This altar seemed to depict Fremen being separated from their families. Enslaved? I could only decipher a few words. Slave cribs, Hajj, and oddly enough, the name of a planet. Bela Tegese.
The Sayadina and I made the long climb to hang a new prayer flag today. What a marvel that even in her advanced years, the Reverend Dejana can still scramble up the rocks like a spider. The only pity is, the prayer flag was of our own making. It seems an age since any siege community has gifted us with a woven symbol of devotion. There are so few pilgrims these days. But we here stayed true to our history and our faith, though the off-worlders daily encroach upon us with their mines and their harvesters, though a growing rabble of Kirab grows even bolder around our borders. We will remain faithful until the day we proudly answer the 7 mystic questions and pass into paradise with joy in our hearts.
How do we honor the Creator? Ibn Tertaiba. Our enemies are as blades of grass mown down. Do you understand, Wali? The Kitam Alibar. Knowledge without action is empty. Bila kaifa. It was a place devoid of gods, where the omens of war, conflict, and violence was the root. They denied us the heart, never to forgive, never to forget. thine enemies shall fall. How do we honor the Creator? We fight. Remember Salusa Secundus, Bila Kaifa. Ibn Qirtaiba. The fire of God set alight. How do we honor the Creator? We fight. Remember Salusa Secundus, Bila Kaifa. Who is the Creator? Ibn Qirtaiba. May his passing cleanse the world. Do you understand, Wali? Our God gave us the gift of thought, and the words of the Kitab al-Ibar, their works have been overturned. Bila Kaifa. Shai Hulud cleanses Arrakis, creates the air we breathe, the soft sand where we pitch our tents, and smites our enemies. soft on Poritrin, an easy planet. And God brought the weight of kindliness to prepare us for the typhoon that comes.
The world is a carcass. Who can turn away the angel of death? Our footsteps are as the drums of the slavers, calling Shai Halud upon our enemies.
Men must learn to live with their gods. Who can deny a friend the right to walk or ride where he wills? Only Shai Hulud, the maker. Ibn Kirtaiba, who is the creator, the maker? May his passing cleanse the world. Remember Poritrin, Bila Kaifa. Ibn Kirtaiba, who is the creator? The maker, may his passing cleanse the world. Remember Poritrin, Bila Kaifa.
The Sardaukar destruction extends even to these small shrines. I cannot decipher their purpose, but the altar seems to have contained a quantity of spice. And the murals... such beauty to be destroyed by the cut of a lasgun or blade. All I could decipher from here is another step on the journey of the Zensuni wanderers. Thurgrod. Perhaps there's some link between the Zensuni and the Fremen.
Why were we created? Ibn Qirtaiba. The weight of a kindly god is a fearful thing. Do you understand, Wali? Our god gave us the Hulasikali Wali, the wind that eats flesh, and the words of the Kitab al-Ibad carry shelter always against the coming of Kranizek. Bila kayfa. We were exiled from Nilotic al-Urobra for our unwillingness to fight. For our willingness to forgive. For our willingness to forget. And the judges said, mine enemies are the green plains eaten down, that did stand in the path of the tempest. Hast thou not seen what our Lord did? The weight of a kindly God is a fearful thing. Why did God create us? We are the action and knowledge of God, and He has prepared the way. Ibn Qirtaiba, the typhoon's struggle comes. Why were we created? To survive Kralizek, the war at the end of the universe. Yahya Shuhada. Remember Nilotic al-Urobra. Bila kayfa. We are the people of Misr. We have known flight and death. The young go on that our people shall not die. Where did our flight begin? We grew soft, Wali. So God brought us the weight of kindliness to prepare for the typhoon. Name the planet where we lost our way. On our wanderings, we came to a planet devoid of gods, where war was constant and violence was religion. Have you learned its name, Wally? We remember the slave cribs where we were held, weeded out, persecuted. Do you remember too, Wally? The thread of the past was carried by word until we found the poison drug. One of the cursed planets was a blessing for our Sayadina. So many planets across so many centuries. Our people broke apart, split, reformed. Some planets we barely remember at all. A long journey, young Wally. But we are almost home. Just one last place of suffering, where our children were taken and made slaves. The time of Mihna has ended. Young Wali, pass within and seek your Ummah.
Zensuni Exodus is rare and hidden knowledge. You are no Masquerade cultist. Who are you? What do you seek here? The Trials of Akal. Knowledge of that name lends you credibility. But you seek the Fremen? You must know they're dead. That security door is encoded for Fremen biometrics. How did you bypass it? Perhaps we can help each other. I'm a scholar of Fremen social, cultural, and philosophical constructs, both past and present. They fascinate me. And I've studied the layout of this place. It's a death trap. Between the Masquerade trying to blow their way in and the structural damage left by the Sardaukar, the whole thing could come crashing down. And I have yours. The name's Aerie. I serve no one. Let's say I'm something of a freebooting academic. And like you, my interests lie in discovering the true extent of the Fremen eradication. Or more to the point, discovering if that eradication even occurred. South, maybe. Arrakis is a big place. And while we like to think we're at the center of all things, in relative terms, the sphere of Imperial influence is rather small. They could be anywhere beyond the deep desert or the Tanzaruft, as it's known to the Ikhwan Bedouin. Not entirely. I'm sure the Sardaukar massacred them by the thousands. This siege bears evidence of that. But you're right. I don't believe the Imperial account, and I'm hoping the truth, or part of it, awaits us inside. If we survive. It serves the Emperor to depict the Fremen as barbarous and savage, but look at their craft. I see the work of a socially and materially advanced people. A people with the innate practicality and good sense to worship a local and very available god. That's also, conveniently, an apex megapredator. Did you encounter the Masquerade on your way here? They're some kind of cult. Worm worshippers based out of an abandoned power station far to the west. It's odd to see them this far east. But if they found this place, they'll be coming. Down here, water discipline would finally be relaxed. Visitors could shed their dusty still suits and find refreshment.
corridors and subchambers are collapsed and impassable. Some would have been brought down by the Sardaukar to deny key areas and resources to any survivors. Others would have been brought down by the Fremen themselves, to crush the invading assault force or channel them to a kill zone. Strange to think these corridors once echoed with the hopes and dreams of a lost multitude. Mothers, fathers, and children beyond count. And now, only silence. The silence this rock hasn't known in 10,000 years.
Our first goal on Arrakis is grassland provinces. We will start with these mutated poverty grasses. When we have moisture locked in grasslands, we'll move on to start upland forests, then a few open bodies of water, small at first, and situated along lines of prevailing winds with wind-trap moisture precipitators spaced in the lines to recapture what the wind steals. We must create a true sirocco, a moist wind, but we will never get away from the necessity for wind traps. This ecological transformation of Arrakis relies upon us controlling 3% of the energy surface. Only 3% to start a self-sustaining system. Learn this lesson well. Our transformation begins in the plantations of the south and proceeds in simple steps to begin. Bind the dunes using grass. Secondly, create deep plantings in the shelter of the downwind face. Finally, introduce burrowing animals to aerate the soil. You will be tested on how well you have learned to recognize the language of the ecological transformation. Remember your lessons, and the door to the future will open.
Congratulations. You share the knowledge of a Fremen pre-adolescent. Good work. This must be the way. Now we come to the private living areas of the Siege proper. In a Siege community, the leader was known as the Naib, and the various Naibs were often jealous of each other and liked to measure their relative influence by the number of hearths they commanded within their Siege. Siege Talab is a smaller Siege, hosting roughly 500 hearths. Siege Tabor, by comparison, the community Pardo Kynes lived within, was said to host well over 2,000. The Masquerade. I was hoping it would take them longer to arrive in force. We'd better hurry up and be done with our business here. This must be the Cavern of Council, the cultural and political heart of any Siege community. It's here that Siege dwellers would gather to hear a traveling crier regale the community with news from beyond. And up there, upon that great terrace extending over the room, is the reason we're here today. A death still, the place all Fremen end up at death, so they may return their water to the tribe. That script upon the platform reads, "The water of the tribe shall reveal the path," and I believe the path in question is related to the secret that's brought us both here. And while you are clearly no Fremen, you were able to pass their biometric locks without tampering or delay. Whatever lies beyond here, I believe your blood is the key.
Greetings, and Subakukua. If you are watching this, I am likely dead or captured. I came to Siege Talab in the same condition you find it now. Abandoned and despoiled. I must have triggered some kind of hidden alarm, because the Sardaukar were at my heels before long. They found me. I haven't long. So listen well. I was brought to this planet, like you and many others, with one overriding directive: find the Fremen. But when I finally came face to face with my quarry, I did not find the villains as described by the Communanet or the Emperor. Instead, I found a noble people being drawn into a conspiracy not of their making. A conspiracy extending from the very heart of the Imperium to the dark corridors of... I have to go. They don't know where I am right now, but I can't risk them finding what I leave for you. I wish there was more time. I have much to tell you, but your mere presence in this secret chamber indicates that the ones who sent us will not stop until they achieve their aims. I have hidden the details of my journey on a mimetic film locked within the safe on the wall. As with the security door and the death still, our blood is the key. And now, I lead the Sardaukar as far from here as I may. Ma salam.
Tricky Fremen. I believe more than half the technology in this room violates the first 11 Butlerian prescriptions. Probably more. Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of a human mind. And while the Fremen are ingenious, this technology far exceeds their reach. Who are you, really? This film is encrypted with a kind of protection I've only encountered in the restricted section at the Nemesine Library on Artesia. I believe that encryption was of Ixian origin. That's not good. We need an Ixian decoder to access whatever is on this, and I have access to the resources of a great house. Don't be concerned. I'll reach out when I have more information. If we Atreides are known for anything, it's our stiff-necked honor. Besides, as a mystery, you rank right up there with this film. Parting with people is a sadness. A place is only a place. The Masquerette. I'm going to try to draw them off. I'll make contact when I have the film decrypted.
Infidels! The lightning worm cannot be deceived! You will pay for your desecration in blood! After them! Do not let them escape!
you there? I've been trying to reach you for a while. I haven't managed to find an Ixian decoder for the Mimic film anywhere. And that is unusual, given the resources I have access to. It's as if they've been deliberately removed from the face of Arrakis. I'll keep looking, but I wanted to let you know. Keep your eyes open. Maybe one of the towns has a black market trader who kept one in stock. I'll be in contact.
That is Antares bat! Vujkiot prejkai vajdo. You are not the lion, but that is his beast.
Let's make this quick. I have a transport due any time now. Demo, Azat, and whoever you are, get out. And you. I don't know you. And that's a problem because it's my job to know everyone around here. Even the degenerate smuggler I declined to name as Mara Effendi. Of course I know that rogue. It's my job to know, and I'm good at my job. But then you come along to make me look bad in front of my superior. You were sighted fleeing the scene of a terrible crash. A prison transport, as I understand it, carrying work crews bound for Neo-Carthag. But here's the strange thing. We recovered the crew and passenger manifests. And what do you think we found? All hands were accounted for. 87 names, 87 bodies. Which brings us back to our central mystery. You. Who are you? How did you come to be on that shuttle? But most importantly, how are you known to the Fremen outlaw Zantara?
Avdo Prejdkiva.
The Sardaukar say he helped you, and only you.
Spado has.
It's a shame we've not the time to dig deeper. I'm sure you would have much to share given the proper incentive. But alas, my expertise is required elsewhere. And while the Sardaukar are many things, jailers, they are not. So then, you may take your secrets to the grave. We will find and kill your Fremen confederate in any event.
No slight to you, Tors. I just thought that this interrogation might benefit from my visage. no ligation. This prisoner was deliberately layered with a compulsion, and my face is the trigger. Enough of this. So a mystery within a mystery. Who did this to our prisoner and why? And what does it have to do with Zantara the Lion? Bring them.
Fascinating. Your compulsion is designed to react only to the sight of my real face. This projection allows us to talk face to face, so to speak. I am Count Hazimir Fenring. I serve the Emperor as observer and confidant, and I keep his Sardaukar from getting too far off the leash. You've heard the expression, the spice must flow. I am the man who ensures that it continues to do so. So, having established who I am, we turn to you. An escaped prisoner, a survivor. But every person carries their past with them. Who are you? A former citizen, perhaps. Whatever your old life, it cannot have been particularly noteworthy. What is noteworthy is this sequence of events. A crashed prison transport, an escaped prisoner rescued by the outlaw Zantara. Finally, an insidious form of compulsion that forces the subject to kill themselves rather than be subject to my presence. It's almost flattering. Do you remember who gave you this compulsion? Do you know how it came to be? That's remarkable. You survived the Bene Gesserit test for humanity. There are very few who can boast of that. And then Zantara rescues you from the wreckage of the ship. Why you? What is your association with him? Truth be told, I am less interested in the outlaw. The Sardaukar want his head, but my interests rarely align with those of the Imperial Legion. No, I am mostly interested in whoever did this to you, and whether there is a way we can help each other. Exactly. You have been a victim of nefarious circumstance, and yet it is clear that you are a singularly resourceful individual. A survivor. I can use someone like you. Someone who can survive in difficult situations. And in return, I promise you answers. For now, do nothing. Enjoy your freedom. But when you are ready, make your way to Hanevar's bar in Harko village. Find my contact. That will let her know who you are. Be discreet. The ones who did this to you are powerful and subtle. I cannot protect you from their compulsion. We've spoken long enough. I will have the guards return your weapons and put you out in the street. I will keep my agent apprised of what I learn. I leave you with this. Do not waste sorrow over the aristocracy of misfortune. You have your life to live.
I've been waiting for you. No, not Fremen. Don't let them get inside your head, off-worlder. I'm Imperium born and bred, just like you. The Sardaukar let you go. Either you told them something valuable enough to buy your freedom, or you've been working for them all along. Which is it? Work for him. Why? This compulsion. Fenring seems unusually interested in you. I warn you, Offworlder, he's a dangerous man. He's one of the best duelists in the Imperium, but he is the Emperor's right hand. A man who works from the shadows. Whoever gave you this compulsion must not want their secrets or knowledge of your mission to fall into his hands. Do nothing, Offworlder. Carry on exactly as Fenring has asked. He's almost certainly watching you. Your best hope is to do as he bids. Meet his contact. Carry out their assignments. Pay attention. Anything Fenring asks you to do will serve a double purpose. Plans within plans. I'll do what I always do, Offworlder. Make sure you don't get killed.
Attempting to circumvent our current regulations is forbidden. Comply.
Ah, a kitten wanders in from the dark, lost and afraid. Can I help you, kitten? I like to think that Fenring has good taste in his acquisitions. But you look like a problem to me. Solve problems? That's one way to look at it. We all do the dirty work of Count Fenring. Even my father bends his thick neck when Fenring calls. Oh, not me, kitten. This is Fenring's show. He wants you to do a little wet work. Assassination. Straight from the handbook. Educational and thrilling. Strange that Fenring would send you then. After all, you look like you just came from the desert. Didn't you have to kill anybody to get here? That's cute, kitten. But I'm not here to help with your feelings. I'm here to give you assignments. Either we get on with it, or you leave. I have two names to whisper to you, kitten. The glutton and the paranoid. Which do you want to hear about? A new leader has risen amongst the slavers of the Haga Basin. We know almost nothing, except this. His appetite is voracious. The Assassin's Handbook teaches us of chaumas, poison in the food. Take this file, find this leader, and poison his food. Your way has been prepared. Our agent, Petir, hides among the slavers. Find Petir, and he will tell you what he knows. If you are caught, you do not know me. You have never heard the name Fenring. Do you accept, kitten? Then go, kitten. Show them your claws.
Leave me alone. Unless... Are you the one I have been waiting for? Oh, thanks, the Emperor. Tell Ilara that I am done. I cannot do this kind of work anymore. When I first got here, I infiltrated the slaves quickly. I heard about a special cadre of slaves being kept for a special leader. I knew this is who we were looking for, but he eats people. He cuts them open and tears off their flesh in great quivering chunks. I have seen him. Sometimes he doesn't wait until they are dead. Take it. Take the key. But I warn you, do not go down there. He'll be waiting. He can smell anything, anywhere.
Washed yourself in blood. Thomas, poison in the food. Most poisons don't work on Arrakis. The spice protects. I wonder if the one who sent you here knew that, or if they had plans within plans. This hunger I have, it isn't natural. It controls me. It compels. Do you ever feel compelled? What? Are you driven by something you cannot define? Do you control it? Or does it control you? Your body will be a feast.
the kitten is back. Do we have business? My sources inform me that the glutton is dead. Well done, kitten. Are you ready for the paranoid? It was inevitable that with the Fremen gone, someone would seize upon the threads of their mysticism. A new cult has been born in the Haga Basin. They call themselves the Masquerette, a bunch of worm worshippers haunting the ruins of an old power station. And their leader? A prophet. No one has ever seen her in the flesh, but her Solido projection preaches to her faithful every day. Her inner chamber is guarded by 5 pentashields. The access keys for each shield are carried by 4 of her most fervent followers, except for the 5th key. That she keeps with her at all times. Unworthy thought, kitten, but no. She never leaves her place of contemplation. Instead, use the shield dissembler to get through the final door. A dissembler takes time and patience to use. They cannot be used against personal shields. They take minutes to align with pentashields. If you are caught, you do not know me. You have never heard the name Fenring. Will you find our paranoid cult leader, kitten? Then go, kitten. Show them your claws.
I knew that you would come. I saw you in my dreams. Even my loyal lieutenants were unable to keep you at bay. And for what? I did everything that they asked of me. Find the Fremen. There were no Fremen to find. So I did the next best thing. I created new Fremen. Better Fremen. My Masquerette. Still, it is never enough. I'm tired of being afraid. Tired of the voices that they put in my head. Please, let us end this. One way or another. heavens stand open and scatter their riches. My hands need but gather their will. Why do I think of an ambush and poison in my molten cup? Why do I feel my years? Love's arms beckon with their naked delights, and Eden's promises of ecstasies. Why do I remember the scars, dream of old transgressions? And why do I sleep with fears?
The kitten is back. Do we have business? Oh, very good, kitten. Both of your targets are dead. But I have not received new instructions for you yet. Return later, and I will have more. About the dead people? Well, color me fascinated, kitten. Most people want to put that sort of thing behind them. I don't know, but I can draw some conclusions. A slaver and a cult leader, both causing some instability in one of the regions Fenring oversees. Both had strange proclivities. The names Glutton and Paranoid speak to that. So, kitten, here is my conclusion. Fenring wanted them dead. That's it. Not even in the slightest. Curiosity doesn't kill, kitten, but Fenring does.
This next canto is disturbing. You have my sympathies. If your tongue offends, remove it. If your eyes cause you to stumble, pluck them out.
next and finest pursuit. The sand tiger shark, Cacharius taurus, native to Old Terra. The sand tiger displays a curious reproductive strategy, one of intrauterine cannibalism. When the youngest embryo of the shark reaches a certain size threshold, it kills and devours its siblings. In the blackness of the primordial pocket ocean, that is, the sand tiger hunts its fellow embryos, absorbing their nutrients and achieving exponential growth. When the lone sand tiger shark emerges from the womb, it is stronger and better able to deal with predators and
Have you seen what you needed to see? Is this the path you desired? Consider the strands that came before. Consider the strands that lie ahead. Consider whom you allowed to become entangled in those strands. Consider the choices.
Something for us, but you must act quickly. An Ixian freighter lost contact with the spaceport at Arrakis on its descent from the Highliner. I don't know what it's carrying, but it's a safe bet that the command deck will carry the Ixian decoder technology we need. The problem is that Ixian tech is rare and valuable, so you'd better get there before the wreck is picked clean by scavengers. You'll know it by its name, the Hephaestus. I guess that makes you Prometheus in this story.
Oh, there. It seems this poor bastard has some metal lodged in his throat. Nothing to be done about it, of course. Unless you're a sick doctor, which I'm fairly certain you are not. Yes, quite the opposite, in fact. You have the look of a degenerate killer about you. A happy development, as it were. It just so happens I'm in need of a degenerate killer. Don't be modest. We haven't the time. The smoke from this wreckage is already visible across 3 sectors. By sunset, This wreck will be crawling with scavengers of every stripe, out from their hidey holes to pick the bones clean. You and I must complete our rescue before that swarm arrives. What a frequency reserved for the Regis Familia, which puts me in a bit of a bind. I'm highborn, and while I was merely passing through, I am honor-bound to investigate any distress call transmitted on a noble frequency. I don't expect you to understand, gutter-born as you surely are, but understand this. As the sole-ranking Imperial subject of the First Order, I am fully empowered to compel your assistance on this mission. You will help me find and extricate the highborn passenger behind the distress call, unless you question my authority, in which case you might find some metal lodged in your throat. Normally I'd kill you for the insult, but since I need your assistance, I help you find what you need, and you help me save the highborn. Well, luckily for you, we're on a cargo ship positively laden with advanced technological wonders. We'll find your decoder and my highborn and abscond with our spoils before the rabble of the desert shows up. Deal? Excellent. Our first order of business is to gain access to the hold. This helpful fellow suggested our distress call might have originated there. It's not unheard of for highborns to travel incognito using old cargo containers, usually refurbished with luxury appointments. The ship's hold will most assuredly be protected by a pentashield. The Ixians are randy for security. You will need to find a key. I will endeavor to locate the cargo manifest so that we may ascertain exactly which container we are looking for, and that thing you want, of course. I'll stay in contact over the net. Kill anything that moves. To have to engage and secure the hold. An easy bit of murder for a killer like you. The Suboids are but brain-addled laborers with no aptitude for combat, and they are light sensitive.
What are you doing? The Suboids are gonna kill us all! Those were just the ones outside! They want revenge, they'll be coming after us! I'm just crew. My name is Suf Rondi. This is my third voyage on the Hephaestus. There's an eye scanner attached to the pentashield. If you've got authorization, it unlocks the pentashield. Well, yes, No, I'm not going out there. Besides, if you kill the Suboids in here, the others will be trapped on the other side. Maybe one of the other crew? Jackson and Addison both had authorization. Maybe you can find them, or their corpses out there.
Well, I suppose it will do. It would have been more fun to take one from someone alive, though. I've been assured the process is quite painless. Oh, not for the person losing the eye.
I'm in the ship's power center. The emergency power is holding. Perhaps I can relay power to the lights in the cargo area. Try not to die until I solve this bit of technical tomfoolery. The seventh day, the Nar Baron said, "Let there be light." That was taxing. Now, you're going to have to locate the mechanism to move the containers around. I will, for the most part, admit the Ixian technology is reliable. So, you're looking for an Ixian decoder on an Ixian shipwreck, which makes sense. But what I'm curious about is what you want to decode. Don't worry. Like most things, the mystery of your purpose here is probably beneath my notice. Still, I have to wonder who tipped you off about this shipwreck and how you got here so fast. Don't worry, we'll have a thorough discussion about it after we've rescued the princess and salvaged the Ixian decoder. Oh, the layout of this frigate is maddening. We're looking for container HH40236. Describe what you see. Leave nothing out. That's Bene Gesserit garb. So our trapped noble was a Bene Gesserit. An orange Catholic Bible. What's that passage again? Beware the seeds you sow and the crops you reap. Do not curse God for the punishment you inflict upon yourself. And a Communinet console set to an Atreides frequency. Looking at the system files, it seems the remaining Ixians and our Bene Gesserit noble have barricaded themselves in the bridge. Oh, and there's a mass of Suboids trying to get in. We had better hurry. I'll meet you there. I must admit something to you. I'm afraid I haven't been entirely candid about our mission. Neither my presence here nor the identity of our rescue subject are as random as I might have first let on. A Bene Gesserit sister, a noble with highly placed Atreides contacts, returning in secret from Warlock 9, home of the Bene Gesserit Mother School. I do believe my errant princess has come home at last.
We need officer clearance to access the bridge. Fortunately, the captain decided to remain with the ship. He wasn't using it anymore. There are more in here than I expected. More than should reasonably fit, in fact.
Well, that's not a positive development. Try to switch the lights on. These fight with unexpected ferocity. Plenty to go around.
Hail the conquering hero. Hello? It's safe to come out now? The enemy is vanquished. The day won. Well then, when one sends out a distress call, the least one can do is stay around to be rescued.
Clearly not here. My sources were either wrong or just unreliable.
Though the distress signal was real enough, apparently my princess.
Oh, the Galassian girls will do it for pearls, and the air keen for water. But if you desire dames like consuming flames, try a Caledonian daughter.
Gurney Halleck.
Do I have the honor of addressing Fade Rotha? I was watching you on the Trans-Eye, boy. When the Suboids ran wild, we suspected Harkonnen interference. So I laid a little trap of my own.
Where is the girl?
Oh, you fool. The ship was carrying a different cargo. She was never even here. And she doesn't belong to you.
The betrothal remains, Halleck. A signed and sealed agreement. Or do the Atreides no longer keep their word?
Oh, to the letter, Harkonnen. But unlike my Lord Duke, I've seen the slave pits of Gedi Prime. Atreides don't sell Atreides.
You'd stand against the will of the Sisterhood?
I won't need to. No groom, no wedding. I have triggered the explosives that I attached to the fuel chambers of the ship. You have moments to live. Goodbye.
The storm outside must be interfering with the detonation signal, which buys us time to escape. Well, not much time.
Can you hear me? Hello? The wreck is not safe. Gurney Halleck has laid a trap. He's going to blow it up. Get out of there!
Another time then, my degenerate killer.
Did you make it out? I swear, Gurney is going to go too far one day. My father will have to bring him to heel. My father... I should have mentioned who he was. Duke Leto Atreides, the Red Duke. Wait, you're not Harkonnen, are you? Actually, don't tell me. It doesn't matter. Let's just focus on decoding this film. I can't meet you right now. My parents, mostly my mother, are watching me very closely. They weren't impressed by my brush with the Masquerade. Keep the decoder safe, and I'll meet you as soon as I can. And keep your net open. And stay away from strangers. Gurney always says you can judge a person by the company they keep.
Hello, kitten. Did you miss me? Fenring has sent me some new names. Come and see me in Harko Village and we can discuss the details. See you soon. Oh, look. The kitten is back. Do we have business? Oh, very good, kitten. Fenring is pleased that you're becoming so comfortable with the Assassin's Handbook. I have another task for you. You spoke to them? That's not how assassination is supposed to work, kitten. It seems that the water shippers have some new blood. One of their members rose from relative obscurity to become their wealthiest member. His methods have been efficient and brutal. Normally something to be admired, kitten, but the water shippers cannot afford to be unstable right now. So, another vial of poison, to be distributed in the water supply of this water shipper. The act of poisoning through drink is Chalmerky. What do you say, kitten? Shall we drink a toast to his demise? Not so fast, kitten. This time you'll be needing some help. This water shipper keeps his mansion well guarded, almost impenetrable. Your point is taken, but rather naive. This water shipper is wealthy. There's no easy approach to his mansion. Too well guarded. Which means stealth is the only way in. Luckily, I once again have a man on the inside. It'll be terribly exciting for all of us. But never fear, kitten. I'll be here to guide you. Then go, kitten. Show them your claws. That's close enough, kitten. As you can see, our target keeps himself well guarded. Those lights are a problem. If they spot you, you'll be ejected or killed. Luckily, my informants tell me the outer wall took some damage during the last Coriolis storm. Look for a scaffolding. That might be your best entry point. Look at all those flower fields, kitten. Wealth like that almost makes a woman think she picked the wrong business. One of our informants is a dew harvester named Yargan. He's supposed to be waiting for you by one of the storage sheds. Find him. Kitten. At the back of the manor. Look for a hatch or some kind of access to the ventilation system. Well done, kitten. Now you just have to find the water supply and drop in the Chalmer key. Nothing to it, really.
High intruder. I've often found it advantageous to observe my enemies before I confront them. Yet, your affiliation eludes me. I had thought initially that you were from the Guild. Another petty fool who couldn't stand the idea of losing business to an outsider. But I don't recognize you. And I know everybody in the Guild, or rather, everybody who matters. And then, I thought that perhaps you are related to the poor fool who used to own this place. An old family member come back for revenge. But then I remembered I killed every member of his family tree. Tore it from the universe, root and branch. So it leaves only one conclusion. They sent you to check on my progress, imagine, I wasn't sure how to approach the mission initially. But then I remembered, everybody needs water on Arrakis. It seems so simple. Follow the water, find the Fremen. But they eluded me. I just need more time. Just tell them I need more time. I'll be the one who finds them. I'll be the one who wakes the sleeper. I am certain of it. It's too soon. I just need more time. They figured out more than they wanted us to. Our masters, our mission. I know what it all means. You must have the antidote. Give it to me, and I will show you how to break their compulsion. Please. They don't own us. We can... Breathe.
Well, that was a little too specific for the ramblings of a dying man. Cursed Fenring and his secrets. Anyway, kitten, the guards are converging on your location. I suggest you steal the water shipper's private ornithopter, located at the pad in front of the mansion. It's not like he needs it anymore. Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching. Good kitten. Fenring will be pleased. Come and see me in Harker soon. I'll even put out a bowl of cream for you. The kitten is back. Do we have business? Congratulations, kitten. I wasn't sure whether you would succeed this time, but you have proven me wrong. Again. It's always the same, kitten. Plans within plans. If you aren't playing, you're being played. You can't be this naive. What did the water shipper say? It makes sense that Fenring would want to stop someone from actually finding the Fremen. His Sardaukar claimed to have killed them after all. I don't think Fenring fears much at all. Certainly nothing like the common fears of people like us. Now, I have a new assignment. Ready, kitten? This one is interesting. A man called the Jackal, spreading sedition amongst the peons of Arrakis. His words carry too much weight. Silence him. You can use this. A Shigawire Garrote. Hide it in your hair, and it is basically undetectable by scope and search. This is important. Arrakis is protected by the Guild Peace. This means any violation there can lead to extreme sanctions and loss of Guild transport privileges. The Jackal lurks in an alleyway somewhere in the maze of streets in Arrakis. Find him and silence him. Fenring will be waiting. Then go, kitten. Show them your claws.
It wanders beyond the walls of the city, and I ask it, is it lost? It says it wants the jackal, but I am the wolf, and the jackal does not speak to strangers unless I ask it, is it kindred? Does it know the word? Oh, it is honest, yes. No tricks, boring. But a wolf likes to play. I ask it, is it clever enough to guess the word? To look, to search, to follow are answers to this test. But none of them quite capture the essence of the quest. The meek, the weak, the freak, all similar in sound, but none of them can capture the word for searching round. Oh, it is clever, and now it knows the word. If it finds the other words, then the jackal will speak. I tell it, farewell.
Any coins, friend? The blind are usually cast into the desert, but I can live if you are merciful and generous. Then speak the words, friend. What are you looking for? Speak to my friends. I need to know that you are the one, and the one will speak the words that came to me in a dream wreathed in spice.
Welcome, stranger. It is unusual to see new faces down here in the back alleys of Arrakis. How can I help you? Yes, well, Felicity and I have been through a lot together, but we still try to maintain the common courtesy of civilization. Why, my partner, of course. Say hello, Felicity. I must apologize. She is the silent type. Oh, that hurts Felicity's feelings. Calling her a nobody. I can't say I am inclined to help somebody so rude. State your business, or go. The Jackal? I do know somebody around here by that name, but he won't speak to anybody who doesn't know the words. My word? No. Only Felicity knows the word. And as I mentioned, she is the quiet type. Because you were rude to her earlier, Felicity only wants to tell you the word if you can solve her riddle. Agreed? Here is Felicity's riddle. Who is the greatest friend of the hunted? You are correct. Silence is the friend of the hunted. It's an old Fremen riddle, one Felicity learned from the Fremen when she lived with them. Yes, she was there in the siege when the Sardaukar came. Lasguns, fire, blood, she remembers it all. I remember too. It is where I found her. We used to marry sometimes, town Fremen and siege Fremen. Though we of the towns were considered lesser, we were still blood. Felicity was my wife, and shared her time between Arrakis and her siege, until the Sardaukar came. She was guarding the children when they killed her. And now she lives here. In my mind. It's not wrong to be a little insane if it lets you keep the one you love. Is it? Thank you, stranger. The word you are looking for is worm. Speak to the others and learn their words. Then the Jackal will speak.
You come back, friend. What wisdom have you learned? Then speak the words, friend. What are you looking for? Yes, the words at last. Do you know their significance? Fremen would speak them on their Hajj in search of their Ummah, their personal revelation. And you are closing in on your Ummah. which brings about the end of my vigil. So, you are here to kill me. Do you know why? Yes, I knew it would be Fenring. He never stopped hunting for us after Carthag. He never truly believed he had succeeded. You are not the first to come in search of the Fremen. You are one of many. Find the Fremen, wake the sleeper. Those words used to ring in my mind as well. A compulsion. But for the others like me, the compulsion was broken. It drove us mad. My brother became mad with endless hunger. My sister sought solace in religious fervor. The youngest of us was overcome with greed. And one by one, you have hunted them down and killed them. Until at last, there is only me. Blind and lost. A madman surrounded by the mad. You have eyes, yet you see less than a blind man. The Bene Gesserit care nothing for us. Busy with their plot to wed Atreides to Harkonnen. Who indeed? Who plucked us from our berths on the prison ship and compelled us to find the Fremen? I know only one thing. Count Fenring knows. And that is why you must kill me. You are so close to your answers. My brothers and sisters are dead. Finish the job and claim your answers. You must. We've all lost our way. You can complete the mission, but not if Fenring kills you first. Do what you were sent here to do. As I said, friend, we were designed to be controlled. So, kill me.
You're here. I had hoped, but never mind. Arrakis is almost as full of abandoned hope as it is sand.
Making new friends, Aristay?
Oh, look. The famous outlaw Zantara the Lion. He enters stage right, cloak swirling, his eyes filled with savage menace. As for friends, well, when old ones no longer answer, new ones must be found.
I'm sorry. Aristei. There are
wars to fight, cities to destroy, Sardaukar to kill.
People to save. Like this one. When I pulled you from that prison ship, I couldn't help but recall an old Fremen prophecy Aristei had uncovered. Twin comets in the sky.
I remember. I dreamed of you. Birthed in fire. Twin comets in the sky. The seer of lies.
The seer of lies. But there was no comet, Aristei. Just the burning wreck of an Imperial prison transport flaming across the sky after my rocket hit it.
And there is no way that could be interpreted differently.
I know of...
Peace! We're not here to discuss my dreams. We're here to decode this.
Where did you get that?
We pulled it out of an abandoned siege. Our mutual friend here got us past the security.
You've got more than a few hidden talents and secrets. So what's on it?
Ixian decoder with...
I know what it is. As much as I may try, I haven't entirely forgotten my past, Aristei. Just buried it. What's on the film?
Let's find out.
I have pursued my mission to find the Fremen through to its logical conclusion. I have earned their trust, no doubt helped in part by the prophecies which have been sown amongst them. It took all of my Mentat faculties to draw this conclusion, but I see the signs of the Bene Gesserit and their Missionara Protectiva seeded amongst the Fremen. It is clear that a manipulator of religions has been at work here. They refer to me as Lisan al-Gaib, a voice from the outer world. I confess, what began as an infiltration quickly became admiration, and now obligation. They're a harsh people, shaped by their oppression and persecution, most recently by the Emperor and his Sardaukar legions. I can unite them, help them to achieve the dream that kinds began, but it requires a leap of faith. I must drink the water of life. I must become their body. But before I take that step, I have unfinished business. I've come to believe that my original mission to find the Fremen was actually to find a particular Fremen. I have my suspicions as to why, but to confirm them, I am forced to track down those who set me loose on this world in the first place. And I believe I have found them. Beneath old Carthag. Despite the destruction, something lingers beneath the city. On this film are the coordinates of the location where I believe I will find my answers. If you are searching for the same answers, you must follow me there. This is my secret name, spoken only in troop and siege. Al-Naim. In Jacobza, it means the sleeper.
Did you know him? He was wearing Fremen garb.
I know of him, but we have never met. Stilgar asked me to search for him after he disappeared. You seem to be connected to all of this. You need to come with me to old Carthag. Perhaps there we can find...
Harkonnen.
Where?
I saw him, watching us from the corner.
You saw who?
Fade Raltha Harkonnen.
Your betrothed. Here. Not even he would be brazen enough to risk himself in Atreides territory.
You're here.
Not for long. If he recognized me, the Sardaukar will be coming. Aristei, send me the coordinates from the recording. I need some time to prepare. Keep an eye out in Harko village. Noctua will lead you to me.
I'm coming as well.
You know you can't, and you know why. As an honored daughter of House Atreides, you are too valuable to risk on a trip into Harkonnen territory.
You sound like my father.
Never let your whims interfere with your duty.
And now you sound like my mother. You're right. Now get going before the Sardaukar round you up. You too. You wouldn't survive a face-to-face meeting with Count Hazimir Fenring.
Wait, what was that? Tell me later. Get going.
Are you ready for this, Offworlder? Old Carthag awaits. Remember, if we're caught, we're dead. But don't worry, Offworlder. I'll make sure your water finds the Fremen. This air smells antiseptic to me.
Make her take our souls.
Offworlder, I don't suppose you happen to have a dissembler set to the exact codes of this pentashield, do you? I thought not. Our paths must diverge for the moment, but let us keep our voices close on the community. Happy hunting. Offworlder, are you there? I'm certain you've noticed by now we have entered something well beyond normal Harkonnen devilry. I see things that raise the darkest of suspicions. I'm not... Sand and sky. One moment, Offworlder. I must examine this. By the Maker. Offworlder, we have entered a den of abominations. These are Tleilaxu. We must be in one of their laboratories.
Attend, children. It is time for a lesson. Hear me. Where were you born? Where is your place? Put your hand in the box.
Do you know the Benny Dreamax of World? The star was for one planet, because it could not bear any further obscenity.
We now speak of the axolotl tank, a womb advanced by science to the pinnacle of divinity. Axolotl tanks are capable of growing living beings.
Hear me. You are the scoundrel. We are the ass. You are the sweetness.
The applications of the axolotl tank only grow, both manifold and multiform, overreaching the vast horizons of possibility.
Dear God, if you could see what I'm seeing. You off-worlder. It's utterly beyond thought. I dare not tell you. The most disturbing thing my stream could not showcase. They are not... These hellish things! Legions! They defy all reason! I take you! I yet live, off-worlder. We must reunite. There are hatches that lead downward. See if you can locate one.
We have even explored the possibility of using axolotl tanks to replicate the spice melange. This would forever change the shape of power in the universe.
Off-worlder, I have entered a large cavern and will await you here. Hurry.
cat's paw returns and brings a desert lion in tow. What is it you seek? The sleeper is not here.
It is a strange thing to see a Bene Gesserit perched at the center of a Tleilaxu web.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Tell me, if you are truly of the Sisterhood, then command us to put our blades away.
Clever children.
Talk, or we will take turns degloving your skull of all its faces.
Be at peace, Desert Lion. I'm here to give answers.
What interest does the Bene Tleilax have with me?
Speaking as someone who habitually hides behind other guises, perhaps we're interested in the real you. The royal you.
Tell us what you know of the Sleeper.
Oh yes, the Sleeper is our greatest experiment yet. However, I should like to talk about this one here.
How does this off-worlder relate to you and your plans?
Have you not guessed?
Amputees often complain of feeling their phantom limbs. Tell me, little homunculus, when you allowed yourself to be Count Fenring's plaything. When you murdered sibling.
After sibling.
Did you feel nothing?
Not even a tickle.
A clone.
Clones are grown from cells taken from the living. Golers are harvested from the dead. They are walking mausoleums, haunted by the memories of a corpse. Oh, my poor child of the tube. Your life is not yours. Your memories and identity are product, code, content. You are one of many, a ghoulish fractal, repeating and repeating and repeating. Every horror you faced in this land emerged from the same slime you congealed in.
Enough! That's more than enough.
You seem to have me at a disadvantage, Desert Lion. I do not possess the voice. I am no Bene Gesserit. And yet, when it comes to our product, I may as well be. Kills and toss! You still don't know what cadaver you were scraped from.
There's no time for masks now. My name, my real name, is Bronso Vernius. My mission is to find the Sleeper. Listen, the Fremen are still out there. They will return once the Sleeper has awakened. You must find Stilgar. Arrakis has sharpened you, off-worlder. But what will you do with that edge?
So you made it out. Good. I want to hear all about it, but it's complicated. After Fade Routha was spotted in Arrakis, Mother and Father have put me on lockdown. For different reasons, of course. Father thinks the Harkonnen want to abduct and force me to submit to the betrothal with Fade. Mother, well, she's more worried about my meeting Zentara without a chaperone, I think. We've got history. Speaking of the most wanted man in the Imperium, he's disappeared again, hasn't he? Did he say when he'll make contact? The man is frustratingly hard to pin down. He does love playing the dashing outlaw. I'll reach out again when I can find the time.
Sector weather alert.
Be safe.
A large sandstorm is approaching.